And Marie, would you like to?
Yeah. Yes, sure. So, of course, I want to thank very much Venerable George, because Venerable George, we met in 1982, and Venerable George at that time was a great teacher and was really taking care of all of us who were babies. And then we met again, in Nalanda, and we did we took some initiation with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And I'm very respectful for all he's doing. And I wish, as you.
You're muted, Marie, somehow. You're muted.
There was probably some feedback on your end, and it automatically muted you.
Possible. Is it better?
Yeah, now we can hear.
So I really want to thank Venerable George for all he has done, for all he's doing, because he's very precious for all his students, but very precious for FPMTs, and very precious for all of us, and for, I will say, for all sentient beings. And for me, Venerable George is an example. So when Jennifer asked me if I could do this, to share this practice with you for the long life of Venerable George, of course, I accepted with great joy. And of course, this is one of my contribution to your good health, Venerable George. Thank you so much. So, also, I want to say hello to everybody. I want to ask you to be indulgent with me because my English is not so good. And it's the first time I am leading, like this, a practice, by Zoom like this directly with students, people I don't know so much. So please, I apologize for my mistake. So, I think for our motivation, we can feel, a great joy to have this precious human body, precious human rebirth, and that can make this life more constructive. And we could have this joy to be alive, to practice, to be able to purify our misconducts or our bad karmas, and to have the joy to accumulate virtues within each moment of consciousness. With each moment of consciousness, we can purify and accumulate merit, and that brings us a great joy. So, using this life also to be able to develop our mind and our clarity, our luminosity of mind, and to free from suffering. So within this is our wisdom that we have to use to reach enlightenment, to complete knowledge, to complete power, to complete loving kindness. So this is the final goal we have to reach. This is the real protection. So our motivation, of course, is to reach enlightenment. And for that, we are going to develop bodhicitta. Of course, we have to develop renunciation, but renunciation, at least, to be aggressive, to be jealous, to be to renounce, to create bad karmas through this emotion to stop to be the slave of our bad emotion, and to enhance all our qualities of loving kindness, and also of compassion. So we have to feel compassion and loving kindness for ourselves in order to share it with everybody, even just with a smile. So all sentient beings are sufferings. And so with this practice, and with all our practice, we wish to bring them to enlightenment. And for that, we need to reach enlightenment. And with bodhicitta, of course. So to well practice Dharma, I think we need to know the Four Noble Truths. And within the practice of Vaitara, there is a recitation of Om Tari Tutari Ture Soa. In this mantra, there is the Four Noble Truths. So if we want to get out of suffering and to bring all beings to enlightenment, we have first to identify our situation of suffering in order to be able to abandon this suffering. So actual suffering, suffering of change, suffering of compositional phenomena, and suffering of suffering, the first one. So the two first are easy to identify. It's more difficult to identify the suffering of composed phenomena. So all the, then the second noble truth is the true origin, and this true origin has to be abandoned, affliction and karma. So karma, all the non-virtuous actions, and afflictions, ignorance of existence of the self, and I think is existence of bringing so much importance on the self. So this ignorance of existence of the self is the one which obstructs to see the reality of our mind and external phenomena, not knowing reality. The third noble truth is the true path. So meditating the true path by knowing the reality of interdependence and emptiness, knowing what to abandon and what to observe. And gradually negative actions will decrease, as well as our afflictions, and as well as cause of sufferings. And then the Four Noble Truths, the true cessation, this is the goal. The goal, which is not coming from outside, but is coming from transforming our own mind. By having abandoned all negative factors and having developed all qualities which are rooted in our mind. So we need to cultivate the path to free definitely from suffering. And this is a true cessation, absence of suffering forever. This is what we call natural state of mind, of bodhicitta. This is the potential we have in our mind. So again, I repeat, our motivation is to develop our mind, our clarity, our luminosity of mind, to free us from suffering in order to free all beings from suffering, to use our wisdom to reach enlightenment, to complete knowledge, to complete power, to complete love, the complete loving kindness. And this is the final goal we have to reach. This is the real protection. So Vaitara is white because she abandoned the two veils, and she has 7 eyes, And she is seeing the reality, the three doors of liberation, emptiness, absence of characteristic and absence of wishes. And she's putting into movement the four immensurables. And she's very charming. She's very, very, very beautiful because she's the mother of all the Buddhas. And she has the compassion for all sentient beings. Then she has jewelries and nice wisdom cloth because she has she controls all the qualities and all the actions. Her back is straight because her meditation is a jewel which is always radiating. And she has the moon behind her because her felicity is never stop. So during the recitation of the mantra, we will do 108 long mantras of White Tara. Then we will do a lot of short Tara mantra. And during this short Tara mantra recitation, I will read to you the visualizations. And then we will finish with 21 long mantra of White Tara. For those who didn't receive initiation, then they will visualize White Tara above their head. And I think joyfully we can start. We're going to visualize, so with this mind, joyful mind of renunciation, bodhicitta, and wisdom. In front of us, we visualize a flower with 4 petals. In the middle, there is White Tara, inseparable from our Guru. In front of her, there is White Tara, and all around White Tara, the lineage lamas. On the right, there is Guru Buddha Shakyamuni, and all the Buddhas of the Sambhogakaya and Yamanakaya. Behind her, there is a pile of text which represents the Dharma. And on the left, there is the Buddha, the Bodhisattva, the 8th son. So with our wish to make this practice for the long life of all our teachers, the Bhagavan, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, His Eminence Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and all our authentic lamas, and for the long life of Venerable George and of all the Sangha people, Sangha, monks and nuns and lay, because we need long life in order to fulfill our wish to reach enlightenment. We can read all together. Homage to Arya Tara, the wish-fulfilling wheel, the mother who gives birth to the Buddhas of the 3 times. Just by remembering you, bestows all attainments. Da don jowana keta don yang pesem shen tam che du dine zunte cheze jam jonin bora chiki bado Pelden lama don pa nam la kyab su chi o Sope sangye chonden de nam la kya su chi o. Tampe chu nam la kya su chi o. Pape ge de nam la kya su chi o. Che se ma de ka yi jin ko le la so dan che pa nam la kya su chi o. Da don jo an ke ta don yan pe sem shen tam she du din e zun te. Chi si jan chu nin po la chi ki ba do. Per den la ma don pa nam la kya su chi o. So pe sang ye chon den de nam la kya su chi o. Ta pe che nam la kya su chi o. Pape ge de nam la kya su chi o. Che su ma de ka ye jin ko le la so dan che pa nam la kya su chi o. I and all living beings as extensive as space, from now until the essence of enlightenment is achieved. Take refuge in the glorious holy gurus. Take refuge in the fully accomplished Buddhas. Take refuge in the holy Dharma. Take refuge in the Supreme Assembly. I take refuge in the Venerable Lady White Tara, the wish-fulfilling will, and the complete entourage of deities. Let us generate bodhicitta. All together, I prostrate and take refuge in the Holy Guru and three precious jewels. Please bestow your blessings on my mind stream. The deities of the refuge field are satisfied and absorbed into us. All together, in order to attain the fully accomplished state of a Buddha for the sake of all living beings, I will enter into the sadhana of Vaitara, the wish-fulfilling will. In order to attain the fully accomplished state of a Buddha for the sake of all living beings, I will enter into the sadhana of Vaitara, the wish-fulfilling will. In order to attain the fully accomplished state of a Buddha for the sake of all living beings, I will enter into the sadhana of Vaitara, the wish-fulfilling will. Om Vaja Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Hum Pe. Om Sobhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Sobhava Shuddhoham Tampani Dogyo. Out of emptiness from 8 Om syllables appear spacious, extensive jewel vessels, inside of which the syllable Om transforms into different offering substances, which are clear, unobstructed, and as extensive as space. Om Agama Om Padima Om Pipea Om Gondopea Om Arokea Om Gendea Om Yodea Om Shata. I instantly become the Venerable Tara. The Sibyl Tam at my heart emanates rays of light, inviting from a potala above the Lady Tara, the wish-fulfilling will, surrounded by the assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to the space above. The light dissolves back into my heart. Voilà dans la main, je bengi jamais bémol la tude, pompa qu'une deuxième, je m'ayom la chasselo. Devas and Titans bow down with their crowns at your lotus feet. I prostrate to the liberating mother who liberates from all misfortunes. Angoro arya tare sapare vare argam prapti sahum soa. Angoro arya tare sapare Sadyam Prapti Sahumso Ongoro Aryatare Sapare Vare Pupe Prapti Sahumso Ongoro Aryatare Sapare Vare Dupe Prapti Sahumso Ongoro Aryatare Sapare Vare Aloke Prapti Sahumso Ongoro Aryatare Sapare Vare Gende Prapti Sahumso Ongoro Aryatare Sapare Vare Nyode Prapti Sahumso Ongoro Aryatare Sapare Vare Shata Prapti Sahumso Akancho Sumla Da Kyapchi Di Patam She Su So Sha Chowa Gela Je Yerang Sangye Jancho Yiki Sung Sangye Chedan So Chola Jancho Bado Da Kyachi Rangen Tenir Rajochi Jancho Nida Pargi. Excuse me. Excuse me. O Jancho Chogi Semni Kegi Sem Shen Tam Shedagi Dundunye Jancho Chocho Yimon Che Pargi Tola Penche Sangye Dupasho. So now we will do twice in English. I take refuge in those three rare sublime ones. I confess all my negative actions individually. I rejoice in the virtues of transmigratory beings. I keep in mind the Buddha's enlightenment. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. In order to fulfill the aims of myself and others, I will generate bodhicitta. Having generated Supreme Bodhicitta, I will invite all sentient beings to be my guests. I will undertake the pleasing supreme conduct of enlightenment. May I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. Again, I take refuge in those three rare sublime ones. I confess all my negative actions individually. I rejoice in the virtues of transmigratory beings. I keep in mind the Buddha's enlightenment. I take refuge until I am enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. In order to fulfill the aims of myself and others, I will generate bodhicitta. Having generated Supreme Bodhicitta, I will invite all sentient beings to be my guests. I will undertake the pleasing supreme conduct of enlightenment. May I become a Buddha to benefit transmigratory beings. O Sam Shen Tam Shen De Wa Dong De We Gyu Dong Den Pa Gyu Jing Sam Shen Tam She Dong El Dong Dung El Gi Gyu Dong Cher Wa Gyu Jing Sam Shen Tam She Dong El Me Pe De Wa Dong Mi Jel Wa Gyu Jing Sam Shen Tam Shen Ye Rin Cha Dong Dong Tel We Ton Yon La Ne Pa Gyu Jing. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from desire for friends and hatred for enemies. Then we'll meditate, think about each verse by starting by the first one. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from desire for friends and hatred for enemies. And for a short while, we're going to do tumbling to take in the suffering of others who are all around us and to give them all the happiness they wish, and the main one, the happiness of enlightenment. So for a few minutes, we're going to practice tumbling all together. Sobhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Sobhava Shuddhoham. Out of emptiness from the syllable Pam comes a white lotus. And from A moon disk. On top of which is my own consciousness in the form of a white syllable Tam, emanating rays of light. Light emanates from the time and accomplish the two benefits. The light collects back and I become the venerable wish-fulfilling wheel with a white body, one face and two arms. My right hand is in the gesture of supreme giving. My left hand is at my heart and holds between a thumb and ring finger the stem of an opola flower that blossoms at the level of my ear. It has 3 blossoms, the center one in full bloom, the right one having already blossomed and gone to fruit, and the left not yet opened. These 3 symbolize the Buddhas of the 3 times. I am adorned with jewel ornaments and clad in a variety of silken garments. My upright body is supported by a moon disk, and I am seated in the Vajra position. At my crown is a white Om, at my throat a red A, and at my heart a blue Hum. Invitation of the wisdom deities. At my heart on the moon disk is the white syllable Tam, which emanates rays of light, inviting from Potala Buddha fields in the south, the Venerable Wish Fulfilling Wheel, surrounded by an assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Zahum Baho. They become non-dual. Invitation of the initiating deities. Again, rays of light emanate from the syllable at my heart, inviting the initiating deities. And with our hands at the heart, please bestow on me the initiation. Om Sarva Tathagata Bhike Kata Samaya Shriye Ahum. My body is filled, purifying all stains. The excess nectar overflowing from my crown transforms into Buddha Amitabha. Om Vaja Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Hum Pe. Om Sobhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Sobhava Shuddham. Out of emptiness from 8 syllables appear spacious, extensive jewel verses, inside of which the syllable Om transform into different offering substances, which are clear and abstracted and as extensive as space. Om Agama Om Om Padma Om Om Pepea Om Om Dopea Om Arokea Om Om Gendea Om Yodea Om Shakta Om Aryatare Sapare Vare Argam Padyam Pepe Dope Aroke Genden Yode Shakta Praktisa Humso Akaware Tarema Totaraye Jigedr Tore Nawanam Ledr Terma Yom Lachaselo Rajangyarwe Kenze Chilenam Raze Yivolam Kutene Ramonjola Zedan Chosurma Rakalamo Utpenam Samlad. In English, I prostrate to Mother Tara, the liberator of beings from existence, the one who liberates from the earthworldly fears with Tutari, freeing from all illnesses with Turi. All the wisdom and activities of compassion of the extensive Buddhas, appearing in the form of the extremely beautiful goddess, bestowing longevity and supreme attainments to a great number of beings. I prostrate to the one who is extremely white and holds an upala in her hand. So now, sitting with, if we can, in a good position, with the back straight, we are going to do the vast meditation. So for those who have not received the White Tara initiation, please, you can visualize her above your head. But if you had received previously Mahanutara, Yoga Tantra initiation, you can generate it to White Tara. Anyway, this vast meditation is very important to generate divine pride and the clear appearance of the deity. So for those who can, we hold the breath in order to really to concentrate our mind on the clear appearance, and we develop divine pride. So those who don't know what is the vast meditation, then you will request to Venerable George Churinoff to teach you what is the vast meditation. Anyway, we try to generate divine pride and the clear appearance of the deity for a while, maybe less than 5 minutes. At the heart center of myself, visualize as Arya White Tara is an 8-spoked wheel with a hub and 3 rims. At the center of a moon disk is my own mind as a white thumb encircled by this mantra of increase. Antare tuttare mama yopunye jana pushtim kuruye soha. The 8 spokes are the 8 syllables. Tare tuttare turesva. On the inner rim, the vowels are placed counterclockwise. Om, a, I, u, ri, li, e, o, ama, so, ha. On the middle rim, the consonants are arranged clockwise. On, ka, ga, ga, nga, za, za, nya, ta, na, da, na. Ba 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 ma ya ra ra wa shakya sahakya soham. And on the outer rim is the mantra of the essence of dependent rising, arranged clockwise. Om ye dhamma etu prabhava etun teken tata gato ye vabata teken zayo niroda evam vadima shamana ye soham. The 6 syllable and all the letters of the mantras are in the nature of light. Dewdrops of nectar stream forth from the letters. At my crown is the Lord of the family, Lord Amitayus, red in color, with 1 face and 2 arms, holding a golden vase filled with the nectar of immortality. In the gesture of meditative equipoise. Clad in silk and jeweled ornaments, he sits in the Vajra position. He is adorned at the heart with the red syllable Shri, from which hook-like red rays of light emanate in all 10 directions, collecting all my life energies that have been robbed, stolen, or caused to be taken away, are scattered by human and non-human beings. As well as the essence of the 5 great elements. And the life energies and merits of all living beings. The brilliance and dignity of the 3 words, and so forth. All the wealth and goodness of existence and the blessings of the body, speech, and mind of the Guru, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas are collected back in the form of nectar and rays of light in different colors and absorbed into the vase in Amitayu's hands. By this absorption, the white nectar overflows and enters into my crown opening, absorbing into the wheel, the mantra, and the 6 syllable at my heart. From that, rays of nectar flow down, filling my entire body. My outer body is washed. The accumulation of an unwholesome imprints and obscurations, illnesses, disturbances, and obstacles of life are cleansed and purified, thus restoring my life energies, merits, and broken vows and commitments, and I attain the city of immortality. Om tare tutare ture mama yo punye jana pushim kuru yeso. Om tare tutare ture mama yo punye jana pushim kuru yeso. Om tare tutare ture mama yo punye jana pushim kuru yeso. Om tare tutare ture mama yo punye jana pushim kuru yeso. Om tare tutare ture mama yo punye jana pushim kuru yeso. Om tare ture mama yo punya jana pushim kuru yeso. Om tare ture mama yo punya jana pushim kuru yeso. Om tare ture mama yo punya jana pushim kuru yeso. Om tare ture mama yo punya jana pushim kuru yeso. Om tare ture so. 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 Please keep on reciting this mantra while I will read for you the visualization which have to be done during this recitation of mantra. Outside of myself is a white wheel made of space iron with space inside, like two hats joined together. The 10 spokes above, below, and in the 8 directions have very sharp points turning clockwise at an extremely fast speed, thereby cutting into pieces all obstacles. Tongues of flames of light rays burn and swirl, and thus all disturbing forces are completely burnt like feathers burnt in fire. Again, from the will and the mantras at my heart, white rays of light emanate, filling my entire body, pacifying illness, disturbances, obscurations, unwholesome imprints, and all obstacles to life. The rays of light go out of the pores of my body and form a white circle of light outside of myself, bringing about the accomplishment of all peaceful activities. Again, yellow rays of light emanate, filling my body, bringing about an increase of life, merit, and the wisdoms of hearing, contemplation, and meditation. The light radiates out, forming a yellow circle outside the white circle, bringing about the accomplishment of the activities of increase. Again, red rays of light emanate, endowing me with the power and energy to bring the three worlds under my control. The light radiates out, forming a red circle outside of the yellow circle, bringing about the accomplishment of the activities of control. Again, dark blue rays of light emanate, endowing me with the power and energy to achieve all activities of destruction. The light radiates out, forming a blue circle outside the red circle, bringing about the accomplishment of the activities of destruction. Again, green rays of light emanate, endowing me with the power to achieve all enlightened activities. Lights radiate out, forming a circle of green light outside the blue circle, bringing about the accomplishment of all enlightened activities. Again, brown violet rays of light emanate, bringing about stability of the power of the activities and attainments. The light radiates out, forming a brownish circle outside the green circle, bringing about stability. All these six circles are egg-shaped and of one single piece, very hard and strong, and cannot be destroyed even by the winds at the end of existence. All the space between each circle is filled with fresh, newly blossomed blue opala flowers, soft and tender. Om Tare 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 So. Om Tare Tore So. Om Tare Tore So. Om Tare Tore So. Om Tare Tore Mama Yopo Nikyana Pushim Kuru Yeso. Om Tare. Om Tare Tare Mama Yopunya Jana Pushim Kuru Yeso. Om Pema Sattva Samaya Manukaraya Pema Sattva Tino Tadita Didumi Bhava Satokaya Megawa Sakokaya Medawa Nayatmida Savasiti Me Prayata Savakamatu Same Tikam Shantu Ha 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 ho Bhagam Sarvata Tagata Pamami Musa Pema Bhava Masamaya Sattu Ahum. Whatever mistakes I have made because of not knowing or lacking ability or not finding the proper materials, please be patient with this. Om Arya Tare Sabare Ware Argam Padyan Pepe Dope Aroke Gende Nyode Shapta Prapti Samso Arajan Gyarwe Kese Jinlenam Raze Yivola Mukutene Ramanjola Sedan Joselma Rakalamo Utpelnam Latum. All the wisdom and activities of compassion of the extensive Buddhas, appearing in the form of the extremely beautiful goddess, bestowing longevity and supreme attainments to a great number of beings. I prostrate to the one who is extremely white and holds an apple eye in her hand. Altogether, through the merit collected by this practice, may I quickly attain the state of the wish-fulfilling will, and may I lead all living beings without exception to a state of enlightenment, thus dedicating the roots of merit. We offer the Dharma. Vaja Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Humpe. Sobhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Sobhava Shuddhoham. Out of emptiness, from 8 syllables, appear spacious, extensive jewel vessels, inside of which the syllable Om transform into different offering substances, which are clear and abstracted and as extensive as space. Om Agama Om Gom Padima Om Pepea Om Gom Dopea Om Arokea Om Gom Gendea Om Yodea Om Shapta Om Vaja Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Hum Pe Sobhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma Sobhava Shuddhoham. Out of emptiness, from the letter Om, comes a vast, extensive jewel vase, inside of which the syllable Om melts and transforms into a great ocean of undefined wisdom nectar. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. From one's heart, from the syllable Tam, rays of light emanate, inviting the Lady Tara, surrounded by multitudes of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. They all partake of the essence of the Dharma through the opening of light at the tips of their tongues. Maria Teresa Pare Wari Idambarim Takakakaikai. 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 Maria Teresa Pariwari Idambarim Takakakaikai. Maria Teresa Pariwari Idambarim Takakakaikai. Maria Teresa Pariwari Argam Padam Pepedope Aroke Gendenyo Deshata Pratisamso. Rajangyarwe Kenze Chinenam Raze Yivolam Kutene Ramanjola Zedan Chosulma Rakalamo Utpelnam Latum. All the wisdom and activities of compassion of the extensive Buddhas, appearing in the form of the extremely beautiful goddess, bestowing longevity and supreme attainments to a great number of beings. I prostrate to the one who is extremely white and holds an apula in her hand. Chanden de Jason Drameda dans Sem Shen Tam Sheki. Se pa che tan che che wa jinge la tu so che me zenga do so. All together. Venerable Bhagavati Tara, please bless me to eliminate all the obstacles of life. Of Venerable George Churinoff, and bestow on me the attainment of immortality. Pema Sattva Samaya Manuparaya Pema Sattva Tinutadita Vidome Bawa Sotoke Me Bawa Sopoke Me Bawa Anurata Me Bawa Sawasidi Me Prayasa Sawakama Kusame Sitansyam Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Baga Sarvata Tagata Pame Musa Pema Bawa Masamaya Satu Aumpe Omanye Yonsu Mashedon Kanyano Pamachipe Deni Jawa Gangipa Tekung Kizazeting. Whatever mistakes I have made because of not knowing or lacking ability or not finding the proper materials, please be patient with this. Adeni tendang lenchin tu jawe tentu shune kyang neme zedang wang shudang chana le pazel tu so. Please recite in these images. Please bestow your blessings of health, life energies, power, and supreme attainments. Vajramu. The wisdom beings depart to their natural abodes, the commitment beings absorbed into me. Dissolution. From the syllable at my heart, rays of light emanate. Or the container and content dissolve into light, and absorb into the brownish circle. The 6 circles and protective will dissolve in stages from outer to inner. The protective will also dissolve into me. I absorb into the will. The will into the mantra rings. The rings into the thumb. Which dissolves by stages into emptiness. Out of emptiness, I arise as the Lady Tara, marked at the crown with Om, at the throat with A, and at the heart with Hum. Ogewa de yin yodo dak che chen ma ju gyo ne jowa chi kya ma lu pa te yi sa la ge pa shong. Through the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of Venerable Tara and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. Ojancho sencho rinpoche ma ke pa na ke kyochi ke pa nya pa me pa yang gone gonto per washo toni tawa rinpoche ma ke pa na ke kyochi ke pa nya pa me pa yang Kone gonto perwa sho jimin chiwe sema tongwana de yimera yishin koroku serwa tonne chida pajonde chimerik zinyo do to pa shok teta jetsun drama choto dan Comme des guipes wezawai, parce d'une guene pedacine, cemeze bella chopasho, qu'un cotonto tempa sanguichion, tu minci wezema qu'un chonde, sera qu'un topa madre maie, Jesu dan pechura chupasham, shingi vantra chupa gelaso, chodan chumang chumalupa, nyodo joso yelamen paye, Rewa Jishin Rengi Jogyo Chin. In English now. May the precious Supreme Bodhicitta not yet born arise. May that reason not decline, but increase more and more. May the precious view of emptiness not yet born arise, and may that arise a reason not decline, but increase more and more. When the signs of ultimately death appear, by instantly seeing the form of the wish-fulfilling will, the power of the Lord of Death is eliminated. May I swiftly attain the state of a knowledge holder of immortality. Through the roots of merit accumulated by this meditation, recitation, praises, and offerings to the Venerable Tara, may all obstacles, interferences, evils, and disturbances be pacified, and may I enjoy the glory of immortality. By merely seeing your body, hearing your speech, and remembering you, all signs of ultimately death are destroyed. In all my lifetimes, may I be guided by the Venerable Tara, and may I be able to enjoy the Holy Dharma. May I swiftly attain the activities of pacification, increase, power, and destruction, the 8 cities, and so forth. May I quickly attain all the common and supreme attainments, and may all my hope and wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Whoever holds this sweet dew of nectar of immortality, the sadhana of the white upala flower, in the palms of their hands respectfully, Aryatara will rejoice in that fortunate being. Ganira we karwe jinkande penda de wa maru jowene chenwe zivon tenzin gyatsoye shape site bado tengyochi tozu janjin jangyo gyarweten Sinkyam berwe kunsu topose, choson kurwe lene tutupa, dasol du jegun tu shapten shok, jetsun rame kuse rapten chi, naka chine chocho ge padam, lozon tempe jeme sasongi, Jowe misel takto negyochi. May we dedicate also that the climate change stops, all the wars, all the conflicts stops. Maybe may Tibet be free again, and may all Tibetans who want to go back to Tibet get back to Tibet with freedom. May all the Bhagavan, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, His Eminence Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and all our authentic Lama have a long life, and may we never be separated from them. May all their wishes be fulfilled very quickly. All the tunes you have heard comes from Geshe Tengela, the way to lead this sadhana is coming from Geshe Tengela. Please forgive all my mistakes, my bad English. Please have long life, especially our most venerable George. And may we practice all the advices we received from the teachings of our main teachers, the Bhagavan, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, George, and all our teachers. Most effort we should put is in loving kindness, with wisdom, understanding, interdependent origination. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Marie.
Thank you very much, George.
That was fantastic. Quite an experience. And thanks for all that were participating. 5, 10, 15, 20, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, more than Jennifer had thought. So, Jennifer, is there anything that you'd like to finish with?
Just most gratitude. Thank you so much for leading this for us. I felt like I didn't give you a proper enough introduction, but thank you for being so close to the Lamas for all these decades, for leading the White Tower retreats for others, and for guiding us in this practice today, and introducing many of us to the practice for the first time. So much gratitude for that. And of course, we wouldn't be here were it not for you, Venerable George, for teaching us and guiding us, and for showing great exemplary scholarship and patience and kindness and Guru devotion. So may this practice contribute to your health and long life, and may we continue to study and practice together to please you and all our precious gurus. And our next puja will be November 1st. At 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. It'll be led by Venerable Amy. It's a green tar practice, I believe, recommended by Venerable Geshe Tengela for you, Venerable George. So if you wish to come and are available, it'd be wonderful to have you. And yeah, just thank you, everybody, for providing this group energy and for doing it together. We couldn't do it without each other. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Jennifer, for organization. Thank you very much for your kindness. Thank you.
Again, Marie, thank you so much. You did an exemplary job and are an inspiration to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
So I will see you again. And I think next Saturday, we'll have our next class. And hope to see you all again then. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Marie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Venerable.
Again, thanks, Marie.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much.
Thank you, Marie.
you all.
Venerable Jennifer.
Thank you, Shanti David Center.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Marie. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you to all. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you to all. Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Everybody. Thank you, Marie. Good to see
Thank
you.
you, Sheila. See you.